Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Fat Guy bringing you another review, this time for Suikoden 2. With the recent release of the remastered version, I thought now would be a good time to revisit this great game. Suikoden 2 is my all-time favorite game, and I got it a few years after it came out, and I played it on my PlayStation 2 for the first time. I was addicted to the amazing story and great cast of characters. The gameplay in the background is from the remastered version of Suikoden 2, but much of my experience with the game came from the original PlayStation version. I may do a Suikoden 1 review at some point, but today I'm going to talk about Suikoden 2. So, here's my review of Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2 is very near and dear to my heart, and that's mainly because of the amazing story. In Suikoden 2, you take on the role of the protagonist, who you name. In the beginning, you are a member of the Kingdom of Highland's Unicorn Youth Brigade when it is suddenly attacked. You quickly learn that it is actually the Mad Prince Luca Blight of Highland who attacked the youth brigade of his own country to try and justify a war against the neighboring country, the Joustin City-States. You flee the scene and end up at a fort led by Victor and Flick from the first game. At first, you are their prisoner, but you quickly earn Victor and Flick's trust, and then you're off on an adventure. In the Suikoden games, you must gather 108 Stars of Destiny, which are characters you can recruit into your growing army. These characters can range from people you take into combat to people who open shops at your castle. Recruiting all 108 Stars of Destiny is very difficult, but I did it with a guide on the PlayStation version. Most of the characters are very unique, although you do have a few that I forget even exist until I see them wandering around the castle. Some characters have a lot of detail put into them, such as the chef with his own minigame that is a cook-off between some of your companions, but the main focus of the game is on the protagonist, his sister Nanami, and his best friend Joey. Their stories form the tapestry of a really compelling narrative. There are also multiple endings as well if you fulfill certain requirements during the course of your playthrough, such as getting all 108 Stars of Destiny. My first time ever through the game, I didn't get all the Stars of Destiny. Some of them are missable, and I wasn't using a guide at the time. One of the most memorable characters in the game is the villain Luca Blight, the Mad Prince of the Kingdom of Highland. He is a very twisted individual who loves carnage and chaos. Some of the things he does during the course of the game are downright horrific. He commits many war crimes, but he doesn't care. He has a lot of hate inside of him, and he has some very memorable scenes, such as the Die Pig scene early in the game. I could talk about the story all day, but we have to get to other parts of the game as well. The music in the game is phenomenal. There are some very memorable tracks that really set the mood for certain scenes. Some are somber and quiet, others have a dash of violence thrown in, especially if Luca Blight is on the screen. The graphics are also very nice. It has that old PS1 RPG vibe to them, and I really like that. They're bright and colorful at times, and other times dark and moody. They really make the scenes come alive. The remastered version really makes some of the areas pop on screen with vibrant colors. Now, gameplay. This is a turn-based battle system that was all the rage in the 90s. In it, you select 6 party members for your group, 3 in the front and 3 in the back. Each character has a range of attacks, so mostly melee characters can only attack on the front row, for example. Casters can be on the front row, but they'll get hit really hard, so you want them on the back row. Lastly, some melee characters can attack on the front or the back rows, which allows for some flexibility when making your party. Battles are done via random encounters, which may put some people off. However, the encounter rate isn't terribly high, and you'll gain experience quickly to get you to the level you need to be. This means barely any grinding. Sometimes you will need to split into multiple parties, and this may require you to level up some characters so you don't get one shot in the battles. But like I said, leveling is easy in this game, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. There are also duels and war battles. Duels are 1 versus 1 fights, and you have to try to predict what your enemy is going to do based upon what they say. It is like rock, paper, scissors. The war battles are tactical battles in which you lead an army on the field of battle. You move units around and attack other units during your turn, and then the enemy gets its turn to attack as well. Both of these types of battles spice up the game, and I really like the war battles. It really makes you feel like you're commanding an army. The magic in this game is done by equipping runes to your characters. Some characters have permanent runes that can't be removed, but most can be swapped around. Each rune has spells associated with it that can be used during battle. Having the right combination of runes can sometimes be the deciding factor in battle. Now, after all this, you have to ask yourself, is this game fun? I say it is very much fun, but mainly because of the story and characters. You have the backdrop of a war with bonds of brotherhood and friendship being tested. You always want to know what happens next and how your characters are going to react to certain goings-on in the world. So, it's fun, but should you buy it? And if so, at what price? I think this is a fantastic game, but unless you're a collector, get the remastered version. The script in the remastered version is polished in comparison to the original, and it looks better too. Also, you'll save a few $100s getting the remastered version as well. The remastered version comes with Suikoden 1 as well for $50. I think it's worth it, but if you're on the fence, wait for a sale. But you won't be disappointed. The remastered version is out on all major platforms. That about does it for this Fat Guy review. If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time.